It's amazing. Oh my gosh. You serious? Oh my God.
Zach Thomas, welcome to Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2023. So proud of you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our show. You guys are awesome. Zach Thomas is awesome. Justin, of course, that you'll be seeing here in a minute is awesome. Welcome to the show. Zach Thomas is a Hall of Famer. He's doing the Miami Dolphins fans proud. He should have been in there long time ago. With no further ado, let me bring my co-host, Justin.
Hell yeah, man. Zach, woo!
Yes.
Hall of Fame. I'm
Yes,
not crying. You're crying.
Yeah,
oh, my God. How emotional was that, you guys?
I know.
That was so emotional seeing Zach. Oh, it was great.
I know. It's so crazy. I had tears, too. And the funny thing is, I was yelling at the TV. I can't believe he's not getting in, because once they started naming like the old timers, I'm like, oh, they skipped them again. And then when you see Jimmy Johnson get up there rating, I'm like, yes, I knew for sure. I knew for sure it was going to be Jimmy announcing Zach Thomas without a doubt. And
it was beautiful. Even Jimmy was very emotional. You could tell when he said, when he inducted him into the Hall of Fame for the class of 2023, you could hear it in Jimmy Johnson's voice. He was crying and very emotional and very proud of him, just the same way all of us are of our guy. Like, that's our guy, man. Like, everybody loves Zach. How can you not? The guy was so he was underrated, you guys. He was always told he's too small. He's not fast enough. You'll never be big enough. You'll never play in the NFL. You can't be a true middle linebacker. And now look, dude, hustle and heart and hustle overcame talent and luck, man. He came through and he's a Hall of Fame middle linebacker.
Yeah,
you know?
Well deserved.
Well deserved. Long time ago.
I know that's what's sometimes silly about the Hall of Famer. What makes him a Hall of Famer this year, but not last year and the year before and the year? So his stats haven't changed. It's just silly. Like, they all have to have like, well, maybe he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer because they put some different status on it. But it's just all silly stuff. If you're a Hall of Famer, you're a Hall of Famer. And forevermore, Zach Thomas is a Hall of Famer. No one's going to say,
right.
oh, it took him 20,000 years to get in, you know? So it's in the Hall. So that's great.
Oh, it was awesome, man. The speech and everything he gave. And then he gave one, hey, we're going to be going to the Hall of Fame. Dolphins fans, I got in. You can stop venting about me not being in the Hall of Fame. It was so great, man. The whole thing just put a smile on my face. It's so awesome. You know, he deserves it. He worked so damn hard at this sport that he loved, and it paid off for him, man. I love Zach Thomas. He's my favorite linebacker that we have ever had. He's my buddy, dude. Oh God, I love this, man. It's a special day for us.
It is definitely great news.
Oh God,
and
awesome.
Dolphin fans should be happy as we get more people here in the show as we go on. We will put the banner back up there again, and we play some Miami Dolphin happy music and all of that good stuff.
All that good jazz.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, I mean, it was good, because this year's been lean for the Miami Dolphins talent-wise, because you look at the future, maybe Tyreek Hill will be in the Hall of Fame, but he's not really like you feel like. And then we got a long era after Zach Thomas that there's no one that's really Hall of Fame worthy that's played for us, So
right.
It's just like it's going to be a long time coming, because, like I say, Tyreek Hill, of course, is probably going to be a Hall of Famer, but is he going to go in as a Kansas City Chief, or is he going to stay here long enough with the Dolphins to make us think he's a Dolphin going in there? So hopefully he stays and has a long career for us.
Honestly, they should be thinking about, I know he was on the induction list. I'm pretty sure it would be Richmond Webb.
Oh, I know. I have an article. Thank you for bringing it up. I have an article saying, earlier this year, before Zach got in, I had an article up there saying 2 Dolphins that should be in the Hall of Fame, Richmond Webb. But he's passed over, so he's going to have to go to the old timers list now. And then
Bob Kuchenberg. Cooch. That he needs to go into the Hall of Fame as well.
It's a shame for guys like Mark Clayton and stuff, because nowadays receivers' numbers are so inflated that his numbers don't look that great anymore compared to other.
He was really good though.
I know he was really good, but it's just like, but numbers have gotten inflated in the pass happy era.
It's true.
Marino was just on
it's
the
very
fringe
true.
of starting it to be a pass happy NFL. He was ahead of the curve, Marino, Duper, and Clayton, and a
Right.
little bit of Dan Fouts and those Air Coronel days. But, then it was like Air Marino, and the NFL started slowly transitioning to where, oh, man, this is a good brand of football. The two clouds of dust era was starting to fade out. So
yep, it was over then, right? The 3 yards in a pile of dust is all
Yeah.
done. Then it's all let's air it out.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks, Dan Marino.
Yeah, exactly, man. We still haven't found a guy since him.
Oh, I know.
So
That
anyway,
dude could really spin it, though, man.
as we wait to get more of you good people in here, we're going to do some prop bets that we think are fun. Like I said, I don't.
There's some.
I'm going to throw them up and see what you
There's
guys
some awesome
think.
ones.
Of course, we're going to talk about Zach Thomas more. I'm going to show his video again that I started the show with, for when more people get in here, and all that good stuff. So anyway, outside of that, you got a lot of good draft stuff. And,
hell yeah.
I got some good feedback on the article I wrote on Macintosh. Steve, one of our regulars in here, gave me a good thumbs, and he goes, "Oh,
Awesome.
that was a good piece." So
It was a good piece, man. Like, we put some hard work in there, That way we can enjoy ourselves.
Hey, that was your hard work, man. That's your good stuff that
Awesome.
You did all
Thank
those
you.
scouting reports, and I did the writing of
making
it all friendly for the website. So it's a good team we are. So
absolutely, dude.
Patting ourselves on the back, but hey, no one else will. So we might as well pat ourselves on the back from time to time.
I thought it was a great article. I thought it came through beautifully. Yeah. So
and now
it was a nice read piece.
And I wrote a Zach Thomas one last night, guys. If you want to check it
out, go check that out.
Has all of his career stats on there. It's a quick piece because it broke late last night. Old fart that needed rest, but I wrote a quick article, get it up there, and it's a good little article. It's just a good day to be a Dolphin fan. I'm
It's
a
awesome.
little bit tired because I stayed up late watching that last night, hoping he would get in. And like I said a few minutes ago, I was yelling at the TV. I can't believe my wife was in the other room watching, and then my son and I were watching in the same room. And I'm yelling at her, they're doing it again, because they started going past, and it was a big class of people that got in. So they kept on naming names. They go, they're going to end any minute now. There's no way he's not going to get in. But like I said, it was such a thrill the minute I got goosebumps when I saw Jimmy Johnson about to say, I just
clutch.
Yeah, I know. So it's just, hey, that was great, man. And you saw his raw emotion when he was walking up those stairs in that video to get, it's just like when Jimmy Johnson was at his house and he just knew right then and there that he had finally made it.
Oh man, what a moment for him, man.
After so many teases of being a finalist, getting that tease, but then they take it away from you right on the last second. They're dangling that great gift in front of your face, and the old cartoon character, reels up the gift that you can't get. And that's what they've done to him. This was his 4th consecutive year as a finalist, and he finally snatched that gift. And it's not a gift. He earned it. He should be there.
Yes.
He should have been there from the get-go.
I agree.
But, anyway, like I say, it's all great. It's wonderful. He's there. And now we can enjoy Super Bowl weekend knowing that we got a guy that's going to be enshrined in the Hall of Fame when the regular season kicks off with the Hall of Football game in Canton, Ohio.
It's great.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's great, man. This is great. It's a great moment to be a Dolphins fan, like you just said. I know there's numerous linebackers out there that are waiting for their name to be called. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, I live in Colorado, so I thought about linebackers who played for the Broncos before. I'm like, man, I think there's bad linebackers that still ain't even made it, but our guy's in now. Look, it's like kind of comparing Carl Mecklenburg to some Zach Thomas a little bit earlier this morning. I was like, Carl Mecklenburg ain't got the call yet either. And he played in an era that was before Zach, but Zach's numbers are like doubled up from what Carl Mecklenburg's were. You know what I mean? Like, he was good for his era too. But I mean, Zach Thomas, man, deserved to be in the first time they looked at him. He didn't deserve to be passed up 3 times consecutively to like that. I thought it was a first ballot should have been done.
Yeah, no, he should have been. That's my opinion. Multiple Pro Bowls, multiple All Pros, defensive rookie of the year back in the day, got votes for. So I mean, he was great. He came in from day one, and he proved he was way better than his draft. That's what you should have named the award, the Zach Thomas Award, outplaying his draft status instead of the Lynn. I know, but Lindsey, really, he wasn't drafted at all. So
no, he wasn't. He was totally
I understand
under
why
the
he
radar.
named the Lindsey Award, but I was like, man, we should have thrown some Zach Thomas Award in there. So.
Oh yeah, man. Like if I would have done it back in the day, maybe it would have been Zach. You know what I mean? But you look at these guys with the underrated talent. They're usually going to be undrafted or to the middle or the bottom of the draft. And some of the guys that get disrespected come out swinging. And Zach was one of them. Zach was one of those guys who was disrespected in the draft. He came out of I think it was Texas Tech, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was Texas Tech, and he was undersized linebacker. People were like, "This guy can't play middle linebacker in the NFL. He's too small." Like I said in the opening, too fat, not fast enough, not big enough, not good enough. He proved everybody wrong, man. He was definitely good enough, definitely quick enough. One of the fiercest competitors that Tom Brady said he's ever played against, him and Jason Taylor. Now they're both in the Hall of Fame.
No, they're both forevermore brothers in the Hall of Fame.
Come on.
I'm not the biggest Jimmy Johnson fan over the years, but I will give him kudos for drafting Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas.
Two Hall of Famers.
So, I just don't think he came. Jimmy Johnson came to the Dolphins. I just don't think he had the passion. He shouldn't have come back. He should have just stayed retired, been happy, do his TV thing. Came back to the Dolphins and just never really had that same drive that he had. He may have had that same drive, but it's just he quit one time, then they begged him to stay, and then he stayed, and it just wasn't the same. So I'm not going to knock Jimmy. He drafted 2 Hall of Famers, and like I said, it'll probably be a long time till one of our own drafted guys gets in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Hopefully, Waddle stays around as a Dolphin a whole career, and he puts up amazing numbers, or Wilkins keeps on balling out as a defensive tackle. Someone that's just but it's just hard to see right now.
Oh man, as soon as you said that, I had this vision hit my head. You don't even want to know what I thought. Oh God, that'd be the one I want. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, Chua, yeah, of course.
Ultimate redemption.
He has a lot of bouncing back to do though.
And he goes out, not just 1, not just 2, but 3.
Ring
me, dog.
That would get him there.
That's what I want to see happen, bro. Like that's what I see happening. That's what I'm going to keep envisioning. That's what I'm going to keep talking into existence. Keep top right Tua up. Let's block for this guy. Form the Great Wall. Let's get this dude blocked for. Let's get him the weaponry that he needs. Let's give him the time, and let's watch him operate. That's all I want to do. I want to stick with something and stick with it for a while. 4 or 5 years, 7 years. You gave Tannehill 7 years. I can give this guy another 4 or 5 years as well.
Oh, don't give him that
many. Right. I'll give you as many. Hey, he starts playing good. Did you hear what Raheem Mostert said? I seen a little snippet that they gave. Raheem Mostert said that Tua's our guy going forward. He just has to stay healthy. He just has to, he has to stay right. You got to keep this dude upright. You got to keep this dude blocked for. And then I think you'll see something that you want to see happen here. But we need everything. You need a running game, I know we can't have everything. I know we can't have the best of everything and don't have an tenfold offensive line with 5 great Pro Bowl starters in front of them and 5 behind them. I know you can't have that. I know, but you need to try to get as much of it like that as you possibly can with a good depth that you're slow cooking a good young prospect behind your Teron Armstead, behind your Connor Williams, behind your Robert Hunt. So
I agree.
You got to.
And guys, if you're just joining us, welcome to our room. And as you can see up there, Zach Thomas is a Hall of Famer. So that's for you guys. Of course, you know that. You're coming in here. I hope you guys come to talk some Zach Thomas. My buddy there you will see in a minute. Once I take the nice banner off here, is rocking his jersey today.
Absolutely.
And I got his jersey. Oh, sorry. I got his jersey behind me back there in the background. So it's, like I say, it's a good day to be a Dolphin fan. We may not be in the Super Bowl, which we wish we were. We are much rather be talking about the Zach Thomas being in the Super Bowl. I mean, in the Hall of Fame and
in the Super Bowl
Dolphins about to play. That would have been the perfect.
Oh God, that'd have been so awesome, dude. That'd have been
so who knows? Maybe
legit.
Who knows why
one of these days
Zach Thomas so long to get in, but he got in. Yeah, one of these days the Dolphins will eventually win. I don't know if I'd be around to see it at this point.
Yes,
but,
you
hey,
will. Yes,
I
you
don't
will.
know. You got more confidence in me. I used to think that, but man, each year
Yes,
goes
you
by,
will.
I'm starting to wonder what the
Nope.
heck's going on with our beloved franchise.
You will be here, my friend.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. We just got to keep
And
the
yeah,
faith.
yeah, and guys, we are gonna, like I say, do some prop bets. We're just hoping more people get in here, but if not, though, like I said, we're gonna put on a good show always.
If
So
not, they can
tomorrow,
rewatch.
speaking of shows, are you and Reggie Brown to go for tomorrow?
Oh yeah, we'll go for every weekend. Let's hope he's can make it and don't get the time messed up this week. But I'll talk
Yeah.
to him. I'm sure he was. I was in Spaces with him yesterday, right after we got done. I got done doing some work, then jumped into Spaces. We were talking about the Butch Berry hire and why they didn't get Mike Munchak. He got in there, shed some light on it. I told him we'd talk about it over the show this weekend as well.
That'd be good to hear. So make sure you guys join tomorrow at noon.
Yep.
Reggie Brown, former Oilers receiver, and Justin, host of the Pro Show. You never know who's going to be there, a guest
Yeah, you
on
never
them.
know. Yep.
And they will talk. Justin would talk all sports on that show. Right now, and of course, it's a little football heavy because we're at Super Bowl weekend.
Yeah, Super Bowl weekend. It's hard not to talk ball, right?
But as his off-season progresses, he will, of course, talk NFL draft. He will talk NFL free agency, but he would talk basketball with you if that's your thing, baseball with you, hockey with you.
Yep.
Justin's well-rounded sports fan and would be able to talk to you about all those sports.
Yes, I can. It's going to be fun. We're going to talk lots of sports on there. We shouldn't have not a single dead day of topics since it's only one. Adam, what's up, man? Fins up. Zach Thomas in the Hall of Fame, buddy. Yeah.
Yep. Yes, let's go.
Let's go.
Zach.
Absolutely, dude. I'm fired up. It's a great day to be a Dolphins fan. Great day to be alive. Make sure you're sporting your aqua and orange all over your hometown. Make sure you're out there representing. Let's go.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's great stuff. Adam, I'm sure you've seen this, but I will play it again because this is great.
It's amazing. Oh my gosh. You serious? Oh my God.
Zach Thomas, welcome to Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2023. So proud of you.
Well, like I said, it's always great to see that. So that was for you, Adam. I'm sure, like I said, you've seen it, but it's really just an excuse for me to watch it again. I could watch it. I know.
It's just hard not to get emotional, man. It really is like that.
Hey, G-Man in the house. Yes.
Beautiful, man. Like you see the hard work and stuff pay off, like.
Yeah.
G-Man.
No, I know.
Hell yeah, man.
And especially for Zach
Don't
Thomas.
don't mind the teary eyes.
I know. No, I've seen it a few times, and I still it's just so good,
Me too.
It's
Me
great.
too.
That was the whole
really
video.
Good.
I'm not a professional video trimmer. That's the best I could get trimmed because they showed all the
I
players.
thought it looked great.
All right, well, thank you. I was trying to cut it out and whatever, so I got the end of Joe Thomas. I was like, I'll forget it. I was like, who cares? They're close enough in name that I can stick them in there.
Right.
I couldn't get the end, so that was great. So
I agree, Adam. I agree. It being Jimmy Johnson makes that much more special. It does, and seeing his raw emotion too, how he was like very proud to induct him in it's so awesome, man. Like the raw emotion that it made me cry and get teary eyed, like seeing Zach Thomas react like that. Like you don't realize all the hard work and dedication and hours that were put into this. He dedicated his life to playing for the Miami Dolphins. It's special, you guys. It's so awesome to see that something like that pay off for someone, and he accomplished a goal that I'm sure since he was a childhood was his dream. It's just really cool to see a plan come together like that and hard work pay off for someone. He deserves it. He's much deserving. Should have been a first-time ballot selection, in my opinion. I'm very proud. I'm emotional today. I was emotional as soon as I seen it. I was scouting some players, and I broke and seeing that the news breaking, and I had to stop everything what I was doing. It was just a special moment for me.
G-Man thinks exactly like
what God, dude.
We talked about at the top of our show. We were talking about, man, now we need the Super Bowl. I agree.
It's funny,
G-Man.
G-Man.
So much more great speech. Can you imagine if the Dolphins were in the Super Bowl and he got in the Hall of Fame.
I couldn't
the
even
same
imagine.
week.
Do you guys remember? If you remember the Anchorman part where he lost his job and he's in the bar and they called him up, they needed him to report the news again. You remember that part? When he's
I didn't see that movie, believe it or not.
I know you always believed in me. Like if we ever win the Super Bowl, bro, I'm gonna be uncontrollable. You'll see me like I'll be crying, uncontrollable. Words won't even be able to come out of my mouth.
I know.
I mean, it'll be
believe
unbelievable.
Believe me, I know I'd be crying. Which is, it's just I can't help it. I'd be crying. Like I said, it's not even something I can control, but I'm still going to be crying.
Like
dude, I won the damn
emotion.
Super Bowl. Because I know it's hurt. We've been rooting for them for so long. I don't mind when people say we. As long as you don't say we win, but they lost, but we won. But I know some fans.
Dude, look right here, dude. What he's saying, G-Man, me and you are homies, dog. I've never seen a championship either. I don't know how it is to win like that. I'm gonna be uncontrollable, bro. Like I'll be weeping tears.
I'm in the same boat with the Miami Dolphins, man. I'm in the same boat. Like I say, I was 2 and 3 years old when they won those Super Bowls in the 70s, so I don't remember any of that. So
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait.
All I remember is the Super Bowl losses. So, and if you want to count AFC championships, okay, I saw a couple of those, but that doesn't mean anything at the end of the day.
I can see all your faces right now, crying and jumping, and it's gonna be so great. I want to win.
It's great for my Reds. I've seen Red Sox win at least. So at least in baseball, I've seen it win. But now I just want my local here team to win, where you can actually go out and look at the parade and just walk around South Florida with your Dolphin, everyone saying "Fins up, go Dolphins," and all that great feeling, because those days are like gone around here.
Can you imagine that year
because the fans throughout the area, I think, are very loyal, but a lot of the fans here in South Florida that call themselves Dolphins are very bandwagonly. Like at 8-3, all of a sudden, when they were hitting 8-3, you started seeing the Dolphin shirt rock again
everywhere
around
dude.
South Florida.
It was in Colorado too, dude. Everyone's rocking Dolphins. There was nowhere.
There's no more shirts, no more anything. It's
Absolutely, G-Man. I want to do the same thing you were talking about right there. We can't live in the past no more. I want to create new memories. This team can win it for us. We just got to believe. You got to hold the faith. Keep the faith. Stick to what we're trying to do. Let's stop rinsing and repeating. Let's stick to something and see it through. You know what I mean? Let's build something here. Let's develop these players. Let's coach them the right way. Let's act like it means something. Let's hold players accountable. Let's get in people's mind and be like, do you want to win? Like, because it takes a certain brand of dude to win in the NFL, bro. Colorado has great bud.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Off channel.
Yes, it does.
Off channel.
Absolutely, it does.
I'm just teasing you guys. G-Man, as always, it's great to have you.
G-Man's, that's here. My boy. That's the G right there. Straight up. I want to win bad too, bro.
Adam is also awesome. You guys rock. Steve will probably be here.
Such a great day, honestly, dude. It's a great day for all of us Dolphins fans, man. You guys should be rejoicing with each other. Everybody should be celebrating. This is a mini victory, a small one at that, but kind of big in a way, because we finally got Zach in. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait till we win a Super Bowl. That's going to be like heaven. I mean, can you imagine that year?
Let's go, Zach.
Let's go, Zach.
You brought us the happy moments, Zach. Thank you. Yes, that's what we need. We need
Super Bowl. That's what we need right there.
That's the part I wanted it to play to. We need a freaking Super Bowl here. You can't even say Miami Dolphins and Super Bowl in the same sentence really anymore.
Unless you want to get laughed at.
Yeah, I know. Unless you're talking about the 1970s, you're talking back about the Super Bowl in the 70s when I was 2 years old and you guys weren't even born yet.
Oh, dude, it's crazy.
Come in here and talk about. Steve remembers those days. He's one of our regulars and some other guys, but most of us don't remember those.
I love it, dude. I got 3 Dolphins jerseys: Marino, a JT, and a Zach.
Well, you picked well.
I have numerous of those. You can't go
wrong with those. Yeah, see, those are. If I go back to, I do have that, but that was never mine. That used to be my nephew's jersey,
right?
And then when my sons got older, he gave it, and I
got one on right now, dog.
Yeah, I know. I'm hogging my son's room. I turned into my studio.
I got, I think, like
at UF. So
yeah.
I make
He's
this.
at- he's in
Anyway,
college.
I go, oh, you know what? He has that in the closet somewhere because my
Bust that out.
nephew gave it to him. So I decided to bust it out. What a perfect day to bust it
is.
out. So, but he
It
rocks
is,
his
man.
Tua jersey up in UF and gets attention every so often. But
Right.
it's like you said, it's been way too long. But yeah, you
So,
can't go wrong with the classics. Like you can't become if you buy a Jalen Waddle, there's a good chance he'll be on another team.
Garrett
Yes.
in the house. Yes, Zach, you made it. Finally. You weren't going to be passed up for a fourth time. Woo! Yeah, everyone's so excited, man. It's deserving for Zach. We're all so excited for him. I'm stoked, dude. I'm so excited. On a different
Garrett,
note, though,
did you see that video, Garrett, of Zach getting
the very
when Jimmy
emotional
Johnson came to his
introduction.
house? That was cool. That was a good moment for Dolphin fans. It was like emotional.
It was a great moment for Dolphins fans. On a different note, though, like I was in that spaces, like I told you, Doc Brown was in there, and we were discussing the Butch Berry hire. Back to another note. Do you guys think this hire was more of a buddy, like Mike McDaniel's buddy hire, or do you think there was like prowess behind it to where they got the best guy for the job and we should trust Mike McDaniel because they've worked together before? I actually seen an article that CK Parrott put out there. If you guys know CK, he does I think 3 yards per carry, something like that. He had an article out there with PFF saying that the Broncos, before they fired this Butch Berry guy who leaves sticky notes to his linemen and stuff in their locker rooms, which I don't like, but they were actually better. They were like 15th or something in rushing, blocking per PFF, and then I think they were like middle pack of the way too, or top tier for the pass blocking as well.
Okay.
So statistically, they looked better.
There's a chance that I'm going to show. We've shown it a few times today, but Garrett hasn't seen this video.
Oh, you got to check this out. Then you have to play it. Play it.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. You serious? Oh my god.
Zach Thomas, welcome to the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2023. So proud of you.
So good stuff there, Garrett. Good stuff. I promise, guys, I won't show it too many times today. But I just had to let Garrett's a regular.
You showed as many times as you want.
Yeah, as for the regulars, I have to show it. And Garrett's a regular. He gets the kudos from us. But yeah, that's good raw stuff. You could see it was emotional and it was good stuff. So back to, I didn't mean to steal your thunder. Yeah, I hope. Yes, it is, Garrett. It was so good.
Oh, excellent, man. He can barely get the words out of his mouth to say 2023. That'd be me. Wait till we win a Super Bowl, dude. You guys are going to – it's going to be so great, dude. Everyone's going to be – I want everyone's raw reactions. I like raw reactions. I don't care if you cry. It shows that you're a man. It shows that you're human. It's fine.
Especially for a guy like Zach Thomas because he's like an everyman's man. He doesn't – he wasn't the fastest, wasn't everything, but he just worked at it. Mastered his craft and became a Hall of Famer and be among the greats that ever played the game. So it's awesome. He belongs here along with Dan Marino, Jason Taylor, Paul Warfield, Larry Zonka,
all of them.
Whoever else I'm forgetting, Nick Bonacani, Dwight Stevenson. How could I forget Dwight Stevenson?
I was to say Dwight Stevenson, dude. Oh my God.
And all those others that are in there. Don Shula, of course.
Yes.
And, so all those guys and whoever, sorry if I'm missing one of the other Hall of Famers. Oh, please don't cheat. That is way too far.
Dude, I'll be dead.
None of us would be around for that sucker. So, don't do that to me.
Let's win a Super Bowl next year all the way till 2085.
I'm still calling for to knock the earth off its axis. Miami Dolphins and Detroit Lions Super Bowl sometime in the next 3 years. How about that?
I'm down. That'd be awesome.
That'd be like the two teams that haven't won a playoff game for over 20 years, making it all the way to the Super Bowl in the same year, winner take all.
It could happen, bro. It really could happen.
Yeah, that'd be my made-up story. And hey, that'd be a story of the movies for sure.
And Tua wins Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah. Hey, that'd be the greatest. ever.
Oh, it'd be so
But anyway,
dope.
back
What
to
a redemption
reality
story.
here.
Yeah, back to reality where we're really at with the football team.
Yeah.
I mean, what you
we're okay, but that's unfortunately the Dolphins have been okay for the past 20 something years. I mean, a couple of seasons where they really sucked and they had some of the top picks, but normally they're just right in that middle of the range. Like, yeah, they're fighting for a playoff spot, but they don't make it, or they get in and they're one and dones. And then
in this spaces we were talking about, which Reggie was in there, we kept discussing like the inefficiency for the Dolphins to find good offensive line play and to, actually be good. And you all know the story about how some Dolphins former offensive linemen go to different teams and they turn out to be decent and play well. So we're trying to figure out, what is it? Is it the coaching that's not doing their job? Is it the lack of talent that it is? Is it the general manager that's not picking the players correctly? And I think it's a combination of all three. When you've had 9 different offensive lineman coaches in the last 10 years, you can't get any continuity. You can't get any consistency. We talked about this yesterday. I talked about it in the spaces. I was like, dude, you can't get no consistency. You're just getting a cup of coffee started when you're in your first season in the first system. Like, you got to get comfortable. You got to get your feet wet. You got to go out there and make mistakes. You got to go out there and do things right. And then you got to get yelled at a couple times.
Sorry, Justin, but this is Garrett. I'd be knocking people out of the way to make that trade. I remember my 80-year-old mom got my way. Move, mom, move. I got to make this trade down. So, yeah.
I don't think it's realistic.
No, it's not realistic, but of course it's not.
I would do it. I do that in a New York second, Garrett. Honestly, I'll even throw you another player with it or a pick, because Dalvin Cook's way better than Byron Jones.
Yeah,
that's just
Byron
my opinion.
Jones. Back to reality, we
still have Austin Jackson and Iggy. Exactly, bro. That's what I'm trying to talk about. Is the problem why Austin Jackson hasn't produced for us? Is that coaching? Garrett, G-Man, Rob, anybody else that's in the room right now? What's your opinion? Is it coaching? Is it the talent? Is it the GM for picking him right there and not going for a more for sure thing? Because in my opinion, it's all three.
Biggest, longest debates in the history of football. It's like, oh, is it coaching? Is it? And it goes when you're winning too, because people used to say, oh, is it Brady or is it Belichick or is it, so.
It's coaching. It's coaching. It's coaching. It's coaching all the way. And I'll tell you why that. And I say it wholeheartedly. Look at the teams around the league that are good. And look at their offensive line coaches and stuff. They stay there. They're there. They have a unit. They've done it together. They're part of a team, a unit. They don't want to leave that because they're having success. That's why we haven't built it, because we keep washing, rinsing, and repeating year after year after year.
Yes, I agree. But you also need talent, though, to coach.
Of course you need talent, but you have to coach it up. You can't just move on.
You can't tell me that all these people they draft have no talent. They played Division I football. They were good enough to get recruited, play start in Division I football, and then you get to the pros and you just all of them suck. I mean, some of them, you're not going to make it to the next level, but
I'm definitely not telling you that they all don't have talent. I'm telling you the total opposite. I'm telling you they definitely have talent, but it's not being coached out of them correctly. Yep. This Butch Berry is a clown. Doesn't look like a guy that's been here for a long time either. Zero continuity. Let's hope McDaniel knows something we don't. Bingo. This is what we were talking about in the spaces.
In 2021, so they have one season.
That's what Reggie was saying. Tomorrow, me and Reggie talk a little bit more about it, and he was saying, "Hey, we need to trust Mike McDaniel here. They have a working relationship together. They worked." And I think it was 2021. I think it was 2021.
They had one season
in
where
San Francisco. So
I mean, McDaniel knows his job. Anytime you're an NFL coach and you're not winning playoff games and moving towards the Super Bowl, your job's on the hot seat. So McDaniel knows he's already going to be on the hot seat. So anyone he hires, he's going to have some confidence. Let's see. I'm going to put it up there for my eyes.
See, and I agree with what Garrett's saying. Now that's where it comes down to, like, the talent and the coaching right there. Both didn't match. So in my opinion, oh man, you almost can go point back at the GM, and I'm not going to beat him up because I honestly think he does a pretty decent job, and a lot of other people would agree with me. He's a card slinging dealer. He will make a deal. You have to get the coaching to produce some of it. It's hard because it's a fine line of like what you need to do and what the talent's actually going to be. Like, is it really the coaching? Did Matt Applebaum deserve to get fired? No, he definitely did not deserve to get fired, because they went up there into Buffalo in a playoff game with backup third string offensive lineman, third string quarterback, and they actually competed in a playoff game versus Buffalo in their own building. So, dude, I don't know, like, it's so hit or miss right here, and there's so many like variables to the situation. I don't know what to tell you the problem is, because there's a lot of problems with the coaching, the guy who's picking the guys you're putting in there, the lack of continuity that you're getting on the offensive line. Like, I want my offensive line coach to talk to the GM and to share his thoughts. Like, this is the kind of guy I want. This is the kind of player I'm looking for. I'm looking for a guy who can run in space, who can scrape while he's moving, who can fit my outside zone scheme, who can block on the run, who gets the job done. Might be a little slow, but he's mean. He finishes his blocks. Like, you need to have communication going down at all hours
Well, I
to get
agree.
this thing figured out.
And G-Man, you're 100% right. But unfortunately for the Dolphins, we didn't have, once we got McDaniel, we didn't have many draft picks last year. Again, this year we don't have that many. So it's like hard to like get the talent he needs that would fit our scheme because we got limited resources. So hopefully, like, Justin always says, find bargains in free agency. Don't fight top of the
right now, I don't even know bringing in Butch Berry now. Now we're doing a different. I don't know what scheme are we running now. See what I'm saying? Now we're teaching
the one they were
brand
running
new scheme again.
Probably the one that they were running in the 49ers, I would imagine, because
that's outside. That's outside zone scheme. That's outside zone. Fine, I'm down. I'm just saying, like G-Man said right there, got to pick offensive linemen that fit our zone scheme, more athletic linemen that can move. Yes, and if you don't, you're not going to be. The scheme won't run. You're like, it's trying to fit a square hole into a round hole, like a square peg into a round hole. They don't match. It won't work. It's the same thing with the defense with Jerome Baker. It's not going to work unless you make him a situational pass rusher or you put another veteran linebacker next to him. It's the same kind of scenario.
Yeah,
Think about the offensive line. Same damn thing.
Right. So now we need to use the limited resources we have moving forward because we don't have many draft. We don't have one in the first round, but you say there are some decent linemen that we can pick up in this draft. And you also say that, maybe there's some bargains in free agencies, not those first day signees that get the huge break the bank type deals, but someone that you can bring in to be better than what we currently have on our team.
Well, this is the deal. This is how I see it. And I think maybe everybody don't see it the same way, and that's okay. But the way I see it is I want veteran offensive linemen and veteran tight end talent, and even veteran linebackers. But I'm willing to draft offensive linemen to put behind Armstead, to put behind Connor Williams, behind Robert Hunt, even slow cook a tight end behind a veteran tight end. I'm down to have a rookie running back because it's an easier transition for him, a rookie pass rusher, even a rookie linebacker because it's easier. But the veteran pieces that I want are on the offensive line or on tight end. I do not want a rookie starting down there. I don't care how good you really are. I want a veteran down there. I need somebody who has been there, done that, and can have continuity build with our offensive line. I want Brandon Shell back, bro. That's one of my first.
I want Brandon Shell back. I want someone that's maybe better than Brandon Shell to at least or compete with Brandon Shell in camp and Winter's a starter, but then the backup, you have a good backup if someone goes down.
I would love that. But the guy that they're thinking about putting in the spot you're talking about, say they bring Brandon Shell back, the guy who's going to give him competition is Austin Jackson. So they want Austin Jackson to beat out Brandon Shell. I know that's what they're trying to do. So they're putting Brandon Shell in front of Austin Jackson. They're like, listen, you want to start in the NFL? You want to be our right tackle for the Miami Dolphins in 2023? You need to beat out Brandon Shell. And I'll be honest with you, there's no chance in hell. You'd have to literally, the light would have to switch on like a light switch for that dude to beat Brandon Shell in an open competition. It won't happen.
Yeah. Did we give Ringo?
Do we give Kaylee Ringo at 51 this year? Byron Jones for Dalvin?
Oh, okay.
No way. I'm not touching Kaylee Ringo at 51, bro. I have him low graded. I think I have him at like an 84. If he's on the board and we're there, I hope there's another corner there because then I'd be interested in another corner other than Ringo. Where I got him around? Let me see. Ringo. Yep, 84. I was right. He's at an 84. I would rather go for a higher rated best player available if it's going to be cornerback Riley Moss.
Yeah, I know you like Riley Moss. I know you've said his name a few times on here. And
I'm not going to stop pounding the ones I love. Christian
NFL
Gonzalez.
Draft stuff, guys. We're really going to crank it up here after the Super Bowl.
We're going to hit it
week.
hard.
And we're going to hit it hard. We're going to maybe even try to find some other time slots and have all kinds of fun stuff talking about the draft. And make sure you check Dolphin Thirsty. Quite often I'd be having new stuff coming out every day on prospects.
Oh, right there. Yep. I'm glad you pushed that. Yep. Irv Smith Jr., tight end for the Vikings, is available. He can play. Yes, that's another tight end veteran that I'm interested in signing. He's on my list, G-Man. That's a guy on my list. TJ Edwards from the Eagles, on my list. The Kaiser White for the Eagles, on my list. The guard, Sulamatu for the Eagles, on my list. Guys like that. Garrett Bradbury, on my list. Like, these are the guys I'm interested in. If there's a chance we could get them, you need to make that happen. Irv Smith is a damn good tight end. He can block. He's sneaky, athletic, can catch. He can give you yards after the catch. Yes, he's perfect. I would definitely be interested in bringing in an Irv Smith and then drafting a later tight end in the later to mid rounds later. Like, you can do this. This is possible. And we already got tight end talent that's young that no one likes already, Hunter Long and Tanner Connor. And I'm interested in keeping both because you can't give up too early on these tight ends. It takes 4 to 5 years just to learn the system.
Yep, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Thank you. Make sure you do it. It helps us out.
That's right.
And it's free, the best of all. So
that's right. If you like what you're hearing and you like what we're producing, smash that like button, please.
Tell your friends.
Hit the like button. At least you're here.
Fellow Dolphin fans. But anyway, Justin, now we're talking about Super Bowl here a couple times today. So let's do some fun Super Bowl.
Oh, man, there's some awesome ones in here, dude. There's some cool ones.
I'll bring up a banner, and then you can look at your. Let's see. I know you like finding the update ones. These here maybe aren't the greatest odds, but it's just some that. So, what do you think about? How about Patrick Mahomes rushing yards, rushing plus 100, but it's over 19.5. That's just like one big run for him or something. There,
that's one big run. I think that's a safe bet right there. Honestly, yeah, I would take that easy with a couple bucks. That's a safe bet. He's going to scramble for at least a couple yards here and there. I bet you he gets over 20. I would take that. That's a good one.
These other ones aren't the best odds, but like I said, I'm not the gambler of the year, so I just looked up some real quick with some of the bigger name players, and I was like, okay, let me see some of these prop bets. But I knew you would bring some material. But those are some.
Oh, dude, you got some material right there. Like, trust me, being a handicapper is like being a NFL scout. Or NFL GM. It's like there's no science to it. It's hard. It's no exact science. You just got to kind of take a shot here and there. I like all the ones you put up there. They're safe. Like the AJ Brown for 71. I bet he ends up with 75 or over. The McKinnon props bet you have right there. What is it? The rushing, and is it a rushing combined and receiving?
No, it's rushing is over 19.5 and receiving over 20.5.
I like both of those too, dude. Honestly, I think they're both going to be over on both. The McKinnon rushing, he'll have like almost 35, 40. Receiving, he'll I think have maybe more than that, like 60, maybe 40, something like that. The ones I found that I like though, are the longest scoring play of the Super Bowl. Obviously, the ones you'll take, it'd be easy, would be the field goal at minus 155 or the receiving one at plus 250. That's a safe bet. The receiving one, say they hit a 57-yard touchdown, and that's the longest one. Plus 250 is not bad. The one I really like, though, is the other, and that's because of the plus 700 on it. So if there's like a return touchdown, that's the longest one for the Super Bowl. That plus 700 would win you the money right there. If you put $100 on that, that's $700. Just for an example. The one I really like that's a no-brainer, like we talked about this earlier, is any kicker or punter to record a tackle in the Super Bowl. Are you kidding me? So on a special teams tackle, it's a plus 2,000 too, at least on Bet Rivers, Colorado.
I mean, the odds aren't great. I mean, so the chances of winning it is slim, but if you do, boy, that's like
if you hit, dude.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, bro! Like even a buck, I think is $200. So $1 could win you $200 if one tackle is made in the Super Bowl like that. I think I'm gonna place at least $1 on that. I'm seeing there's a couple of them that I really like. That's just one. Here's another one with really good odds. Any player to break a Super Bowl record for rushing yards, over 205, over 204.5, so really it'd have to be 205, or receiving yards 215.5, so it'd have to be 216. It's a plus 925. I like that one because of not the Kansas City Chiefs rushing attack, but more like maybe a Miles Sanders, maybe Pacheco if they start giving them the ball like that. But the receiving one, I think that's a possibility right there.
That's cool stuff. I didn't mean to distract you guys from the draft talk, but I knew we had told people we would do some of those prop bets. But here, I know you're gonna like this one. So your mind's gonna have to be all over because I saw Drew.
Oh, that's all right. Or what's this? Or do we give up Drew Sanders and Byron Jones to get Dalvin Cook? I wish we don't have Drew Sanders. Do you mean the chance of drafting Drew Sanders to get Dalvin Cook? Like give up the pick that we would take in that selection? Is that what you mean by that?
Yeah, I
Because
think
we don't
that's what
have Drew Sanders.
I know. Wish we had. Yeah, I didn't see what he was saying. But do we give up? Now I see what he's saying. I just saw that he was thinking drafting. I just saw the name Drew Sanders, and I knew it was a name you liked. So
if he's asking, do we trade up the pick for Drew Sanders and Byron Jones to be able to get Cook? Hell no, absolutely not.
So
There's
say,
no way
say
I would
on
do that.
draft night, Drew Sanders is on the board. You're on the clock. Minnesota goes, hey, we'll give you Dalvin. Like you're saying no, you just draft Drew Sanders until Minnesota.
Right. If you're trying to trade me something like that and Drew Sanders is on the board, I'll be like, listen, yeah, you want to give me a first now, a first, a second, and a second next year. We'll make it happen. Yeah. Other than that, forget it. See, when it comes to me and the guys on the board I want, and I'm a GM, I'll literally fleece a team. I'm like, yeah, okay, you want to move up 7 spots? I'll need a first. I need a second, and I need a second next year. There's the kind of moves I'd be trying to make for my team because I'm going to fleece you or you're not getting what you want.
Right, exactly. So, no, that's great. So, yeah, let us know a little bit more, Garrett, what you mean about Drew Sanders. But
look, G-Man, I know a lot of people who are giving up on this kid already. The Great White Hope, the Great White Dope. That's funny stuff, but I don't give up on guys that quickly. I think the kid still can play. I'm willing to give him even 2 more years. I don't give up that easily. Now, Austin Jackson, that's a different story. I think I've seen enough of that. I think I've seen enough. Maybe even Liam Eichenberg. I think I've seen enough of both of those guys because we need better. They don't really fit what I think we're trying to do. Maybe Austin Jackson could fit because he's got athletic ability, but I think we're asking a little bit too much to ask that to be an NFL right tackle. But Hunter Long, man, I'm not giving up so easily, man. Watch a guy like that go somewhere else that runs like San Francisco system. You'd explode.
Yeah. Well, I hope that you're right on that stuff. So, I hope you're wrong on that because I think Austin Jackson, I hope you're normally I say I hope you're right. But yeah, I hope you're wrong on that. And he does, but I agree with you. I don't see Austin Jackson. I don't see Austin Jackson being vital cog.
Like, let me ask you guys a question. Like, and we can ask this. You can answer this seriously, or you could beat around the bush. But do you really think that these guys are going to turn into decent players here in Miami? I'm talking like Liam Eichenberg, Austin Jackson, Noah Igbenogany. I'm not going to throw the quarterback in there. I'm going to leave those out of it. Those 3. Like, I honestly think they could use a reset button. They need a restart on their career. I think they need a different change of scenery. I don't think they need to be here in Miami. I think they need to go somewhere else. That's what I think. If they want any chance of making themselves an NFL football player. Yes, give up the pick for Crusaders. Oh, for Drew Sanders plus Byron Jones. Oh my God. That's a definite no. So you're saying you want to give up that pick and a chance of drafting Drew Sanders and Byron Jones for Dalvin Cook. Is this correct, Garrett? Because that's how I'm taking what you just said right there. Now that's a definite hard pass for me. Yeah, hell no.
I mean, I know Dalvin Cook is a great name out there, but
it's a running back. We can get a running back. You can get a running back wherever.
Yeah.
I don't think they're any good. You mean the guys I was just talking about? Noah Igbenogany, Liam Eichenberg, and Austin Jackson? Yeah, me and you think the same. I don't think they're any good either. Yeah, I had high hopes for Liam Eichenberg and Austin Jackson. It just hasn't worked out. And what I've seen from Austin Jackson, dude, I'm not game. Like,
be careful out there, Garrett. Be careful. Don't worry. I know voice text is not. I try voice text all the time, and
me too. Messages. I always butcher it.
I know. So do I. I'm like, I lost my cohort. Oh, I knew it had to be almost at the end of the show. Anytime he falls out is almost the end of the show, like almost on cue. So, guys, I always make this time to make sure you like and you subscribe. There you go, man. On cue at the end of the show.
Right on cue.
Anyway, I was just telling them to like and subscribe. And no worries, Garrett. Just be safe out there. Make sure.
Yeah, be safe, brother.
It's fine. Just listen and we get to a safe location. But you guys all rock. G-Man, yes, those are the guys. I guess he was talking about Igbo, Austin. And are you there, Justin? Yeah, you're there. So he was talking about the guy you were talking about.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
and
good.
Eichenberg was the other one you guys were talking about. Yeah, unfortunately, we got too many of those
Dude,
stories.
yeah.
There's too many names that haven't lived up to their draft status yet. Hopefully,
And
last year's draft, because Tyndall hasn't lived up to his draft status yet. So hopefully this coming season now in 2023, he has a new defensive coordinator. He gets to start all over again to impress a new set of eyeballs, and hopefully Fangio can say, okay, what were you struggling? Because sometimes I guess some of the concepts he was struggling with, maybe Fangio can say, listen, okay, let me I know what you can do well, so let me start with that to get you on the field. Do this, do that, and then expand his knowledge as the season goes on. So hopefully, that's what I'm hoping, because
I
he
agree
was
with
a
what he
nothing
said
and
right here.
EZ was a nothing. We had two guys that we didn't have many picks to start, but our two guys, they did nothing to help the team win this year. So
I
you
agree
can't
this.
have that if you're building a team.
No, you can't. I agree with G-Man right here. Whoever evaluates the offensive lineman for this team needs to be fired. Yeah, bro, they definitely do. They need to be shown the door because they're not doing a good job. And you know what? It's crazy. Maybe I don't know, because they leave our team and do well. Like, I was just thinking this in my mind too. Maybe we're being too hard on Liam Eichenberg and Austin Jackson and everybody, because let's be honest, where they're having a different offensive line coach in there every season now for the last 9 years. 9 offensive line coaches, 10 years. That's not continuity. I think we need to see continuity before we can actually give a final judgment on Austin Jackson, Liam Eichenberg, all of them, because we need to see more continuity. I honestly don't think we can give an honest assessment. Have we liked what we've seen from them so far? Hell no, man. They're sloppy. They're very undisciplined. They're very young, and that's just, I think, what we're seeing. We need to see them grow and mature, and you need that to be done with the right offensive line coach and the right group of people. Let's just hope this is it.
Yep. Let's hope. Well, we're almost at the end, Justin. So what's your final way off thought of what we've been talking about, all Dolphins and draft talk? Your final prediction, not betting, not anything, just what team's going to win on Sunday?
I'm going to take the Chiefs.
Chiefs? I think I lean Chiefs too, but I know most of the money came in on the Eagles, but I don't know. But, and yes, we do have to, I'm think he's saying fix right tackle.
Yeah, I was going to read it real quick. He says fix right tackle, the rest of the remaining offensive line. Guys like duke it out for the left guard, fight it out. I hear what you're saying. Draft a tight end and slow cook. Get a veteran, add a rookie linebacker, and get a veteran strong safety. The strong safety part, I could see us maybe adding someone like that. I would like to bring back Elijah Campbell, if anybody, because I know he's going to be cheap. He knows the system. Well, he did know the system, but he's got experience. But everybody you just said right there, yes. Besides the strong safety part, I don't know, because I know they're going to bring back Brandon Jones. I know they're going to be running a too high safety look now. And I don't think Brandon Jones has the range to play down there. I want him down in the box more. So I'll be honest, I'd like to see another too high safety. Maybe they put Verone McKinley back there. I think they're going to re-sign Nick Needham and put Nick Needham and make him play some of that too high safety look. That's what I think is going to happen.
My prediction, pain. I don't know, pain for who, but whatever. I know pain for Dolphin fans. Pains for Dolphin fans for years to come, maybe. But I hope we actually turn the tables and we start winning some playoff games, and we will be talking about our team in the Super Bowl, whatever. One of these years, right? Right, G-Man? It has to be one of these years. Why not us, as they say?
Absolutely.
But anyway, the good news is, as we've said several times today,
Hall of Fame.
Zach Thomas is in the Hall of Fame, so at least there's some good moments that we had. We don't have many Hall of Famers that we've drafted, that's come since Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas. There's not many of the players that are worthy of the Hall of Fame. Like I said, I think Richmond Webb, but that was actually before those guys, and he would be in the old timers now. But I'm talking about recent draft picks, none of them. Current roster, Tyreek Hill's probably a Hall of Famer, but Kansas City snatched him up. So, until he wins a Super Bowl with Miami or something, everyone's going to consider him a Chief when he goes into the Hall of Fame. So he would have to stay here for a while. I don't know. Maybe there for a little while, Xavier Howard, but he's fallen off to where he's not a Hall of Fame worthy guy. And I don't know. I don't even know, looking at our roster, maybe a Waddle goes on to have a great career.
I don't
Like you
know.
say,
I think those Xavier Howard numbers are those are
yeah, his
good numbers,
interceptions
man.
number was really elite there for a couple years, but I don't know. I think he still needs a couple. He needs definitely a bounce back season
He
from
needs a Super Bowl ring, is what he needs. He needs a Super Bowl ring. You know, get him a
Yeah.
Super Bowl ring. That's a Hall of Famer right there.
Yeah. So no, I agree. So we'll see. There's some. It's just like it's been too long, especially at the quarterback position. It's been too long since we've hit on the quarterback position. Whether you love Tua, hate Tua, on the middle of the fence with Tua because he rides with the Aqua Orange, we still can't trust him yet as far as being a great player. Ryan Tannehill came, Cleo Lemon, yeah. What am I going to say?
Sorry,
we really got a low
it's
here.
so funny though, but it's like Dolphins fans can't tell whether they've hit on a quarterback or not over the last 20 years or not. Like they don't know. Like you don't know whether you've hit on a quarterback or not. No one does. And like, just think about it, man. We can't say that you might know we might have hit on a quarterback and not even know it. You might have a quarterback sitting on your team right now that might be the guy, and you just don't know that. You know, so, oh, dude, G-Man, yes, Ricky Williams. I was gonna mention him. Ricky Williams is a Hall of Fame running back. I agree. I was actually thinking in my mind maybe he would be up for Canton, an inductee or nominee soon. I was thinking in my mind that could be a possibility. I would vote for Ricky Williams to be in the Hall of Fame. I think he was a great running back.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know if he has the longevity. But yeah, when he played, he was one of the best. But he missed so much time because of suspensions, and then his Dalai Lama wanting to go out and roam India. So I don't know, but yeah, he gave Dolphins some great seasons for sure. He was our offense. It was basically run, Ricky, run.
Oh God, it was great. Yep, some of my fondest memories in Buffalo is when he's breathing out steam smoke out of his mouth and running for 200 plus yards.
He was a lot of fun to watch. I admit sometimes I'm an old curmudgeon and I get mad at Ricky, but I've since learned, he had some issues back then, and I know people have issues. But I was mad at the time when I just felt like he quit on the team. But then years later, you realize all kinds of stuff going on. But
League of Superfans. Ricky was great and my favorite running back ever. But he definitely did not have a Hall of Fame career, unfortunately. He probably didn't. The numbers probably won't be there for him. Like Rob was just saying, he probably won't be like didn't have the qualifying numbers and play enough games to even be qualified. When he was on the field, he was great though. He was something special to watch. He was awesome. I've heard Jesse Bates floated. Really, Jesse Bates. Damn, that combination of Jesse Bates and Javon Holland would be something special, man. I don't even know what to think about that combination right there. What are you doing with Brandon Jones then if you get Jesse Bates?
Yeah, smoked the competition. Smoked being the key word there. So.
Right.
But then, G-Man. But no, he was great, man. No, he was
great.
Awesome. And I agree with Garrett Bates. Yes. Sorry, guys. I'm really at my time here. Always.
No worries.
Anyway, guys, make some of your predictions. Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Let's hear what you guys got
as we close out. Just curious to see what the majority of people are thinking. So it's all.
I know a lot of people are leaning toward the Eagles because they got all their starters are healthy and they're bringing in not a lot of injuries. They're bringing in a full roster, but you know what? Backs are against the wall. Patty Mahomes is the magic man. I think it's going to happen like that. Butker is going to hit the game-winning field goal. They'll win by 3.
All right, sounds good, guys. Anyway, let us know later, or you can always leave comments after the show is over. That's all also awesome.
Chiefs. Yes, that's what I think too. Chiefs as well.
Yeah, I think Chiefs as well.
League of Super
Thank
Fans.
you, League of Super Fans. So are you a Miami Dolphin fan, I take it, League of Super Fans? I would imagine so.
KC,
if you're in our show, I would imagine. But we do have that Chief fan that shows up regularly.
Lewis is always showing. He's going to the Super Bowl. He's going.
Yeah, he's there. That's why we haven't seen him for the past few days.
Yeah, man, he's going to be there. I know he'll tune in one of these, maybe, and tell us about his experience. I told him.
He was. So yes, he.
Yes,
is.
Look at all the Chiefs ones we're getting. Chiefs. Yes, cool. League of fans. You're Dolphins fan. awesome, man. Love. Aqua.
Well, League of Super Fans. Orange. Justin, he's a first-time commenter.
We got to play the song, bro.
Thank you, League of Super Fans. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button.
Miami Dolphins, number 1.
I had this song in my head yesterday, bro. This part.
go. That's for you. Thank you for joining. It gives me an excuse to play it all the time.
Let's go, baby.
But normally, you know, with the Miami Dolphins, you get more of this.
Super flop.
Moving forward, we will get more of the happy stuff. You know, we will get more of the happy noises coming down. All right, League of Super Fans, thank you for joining us today. Oh,
hell yeah, thank you.
Steve checked in. Steve, you were quiet all day in there.
Yep.
He got here late.
I seen that.
Steve.
He said,
make sure you get follow Steve. He's on the Fins Talk Sports Network every Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. You can find him. He has a wonderful co-hostess too. He has a great co-host. And yes, it's me, but you know, I have to once again pat myself on the back. But all you guys, thank you for joining. I will close out their show today with the Zach Thomas video when Jimmy Johnson's at his residence. Thanks, and you guys are awesome. Oh, make sure you like and subscribe. Smash that like button. Tomorrow, Justin, you'll be on with Doc Brown at 12 p.m. Yep. Okay. And Monday, we'll be back here talking about the Super Bowl, anything NFL draft, and of course, our beloved Miami Dolphins. We will always be
Let's go.
Talk about Miami Dolphins all the way through until the next kickoff. So
forever.
With that, guys, here's Zach Thomas, and we're out of here. Bye, guys. Have
Fins
a great
up, deuces.
week, and fins up.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Serious? Oh my God.
Zach Thomas, welcome to Pro Football Hall of Fame, class of 2023.